It marks 75 years since the D-Day landings of Normandy during World War II. June 6, 1944, American, British, Canadian, and French soldiers stormed the beaches of Normandy, France, marking the beginning of the end of the conflict. The assault eventually won back control of France from German forces. It was the largest invasion by air, land, and sea in history. Joining us this morning on the phone, local historian Feliks Banel, who is in Normandy this morning. Good morning to you, Felix.
Good morning, Bill. Great to be with you guys.
Yeah, good to be with you. So Felix, I know you've been planning this for a long, long time. This is really important for you. What's it like for you to be there?
Oh, it's all personal. You know, both my parents were in World War II. My dad was an underground army soldier for Poland during the war. My mom was a little kid during the Blitz in London. D-Day meant the world to both of them, and I heard about it the whole time I was growing up. Everyone I run into here and spoken with, they're here for personal reasons. Either they or someone they knew or someone they're related to was personally involved, and they're here to pay tribute to that person. But what's really interesting, it's sort of somber but celebratory. I talked to an old guy, I think he's 94. He was on the beaches on June 6, 1944, named Jack Claiborne. I asked, how are you feeling to be back 75 years later? He said, sad, but I'm enjoying it. And I think that's kind of the general mood I've experienced everywhere, whether it was at Sword Beach a few days ago, or Pegasus Bridge, or Omaha Beach, or just all these little towns all around the French countryside. I mean, I've never been here in my life, but I feel like I'm living a dream right now being here for this anniversary. It's incredible.
Yeah, so we're seeing some of the video that you shot earlier today. This is video from Omaha Beach. Describe the scene there. What have you seen?
Well, there's several. The thing that struck me the most are all these crazy military vehicles that people have somehow preserved. I heard some people ship them from the United States, especially for the occasion. So we were dodging Jeeps and dodging personnel carriers. Didn't see any tanks on the road, but there's just thousands and thousands of people. They're all paying tribute. The most moving spot is probably the Normandy American Cemetery, where the president spoke earlier today. I didn't have a special pass to get into that, but I spent a lot of time there yesterday. There's more than 9,000 graves. It's a beautiful location over the ocean, and it's just, you can't help but be moved and help but understand the history that we're living now. All goes back to World War II. All the different patterns and things that we're struggling, whether it's Brexit in the UK or our own issues in the United States. It all stems from the order that was put in place after World War II, and these are the people who paid for that with their lives.
That's exactly right. And D-Day, the turning point of World War II, largest amphibious assault in history. Now, when you look at the scope of the area that the Allied forces stormed that day, it is hard to believe that nobody spilled a secret that big.
Oh yeah, no, the intelligence behind it, it was like the equivalent of the NASA moon landing, but if the moon had been defended by people with machine guns and artillery. There's no way to fully appreciate the scope. Being here in person, I definitely appreciate that distance. Like driving from where we're staying on the eastern part of the area, like around Sword Beach, over to Omaha Beach and down to Utah Beach. This is a huge area. Thousands, tens and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people were involved in the planning and in coming ashore. And it's just amazing how much was changed by this audacious move to start liberating Europe by putting all these people and also the material, thousands of vehicles ashore. It's just unbelievable what they accomplished, but they did it.
And also the misinformation campaign that allowed them to get away with it. The Germans didn't know it was coming. Feliks Banel, we appreciate your perspective. They're on the ground in Normandy for us this morning, and we'll check back with you a bit later. Right now, it's 6:38.